it's kind of interesting when you look back as an adult and you think, oh, that is not weird, but it's weird. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Jamie Grace. I'm a self-produced artist, and I'm really excited to go through my vinyl collection, or at least the first 10 to 15 years of it. I started collecting vinyl when I was about the age that Deleon Richards was on this record. I remember seeing this in the store and I was so excited. I was like, who is she? She's my age. I think this is so cool. We're a few years apart, but the record, I think, had already been out for 5, not even 10 years by the time I found it. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, and so my mom would take us to secondhand shops like Goodwill or vintage stores. We grew up relatively near Atlanta, so there's a ton of really cool old-fashioned vintagey places to go, and we would get vinyl because, well, one, because my mom is an artist and thinks vinyl is really cool, but also because it was one of the few things we could afford, unlike our friends that were, getting like the newest CDs and tapes and stuff like that. So that's why I started collecting vinyl without knowing. I really started collecting it because I just fell in love with it and I thought it was super cool. And my mom kind of intentionally curated something that was just really interesting that we could afford. So I got this the first time I got to pick something out, as well as an Amy Grant record that I think we'll find in this collection. Actually, no, I can't even lie. I see it already. It's this one right here, and it's signed, which is super special to me. Here in the studio, I have a few vinyl records hanging up. Rosetta Tharpe on this wall, a few outside of this door, which is the vocal booth, Kelly Clarkson and a few others that I feel like should have been in the vocal booth because duh. Mahalia Jackson's out there as well because vocals. And then there's also a kind of under construction multi-purpose room where there's a whole wall full of vinyl, and it's just some of my favorite people ever. There's some Southern gospel, there's some soul, there's some kids music. It's just some really good vinyl. But this collection right here is my very first collection. This is from ages, 7, 8, 9 years old until I was 20 or 21. And then everything that I've collected after then is either on the wall or in another storage unit on the West Coast, which I will, I guess, go get those eventually. There's something special, though, about starting the studio kind of close to my hometown and being able to come back to where things really started for me and hopefully create a creative space for other young women and other young artists that are wanting to find their own voice and tell their own story and help them get started on that journey. I've gotten to meet Amy a couple of times over the years, and I will occasionally reach out to her for life or music advice, and she's so compassionate and so talented, and it's really special that she signed this for me, and I cannot wait to look through all of the rest of this. I just pulled it out of storage and brought it into the studio this week, and so I've seen a few of them just in the physical moving it to this room, but I haven't seen all of them, so we're gonna unpack it all together and see what I have from the 90s until now, 2023, as I sit 31 years old. To look at what vinyl I had as a kid. Of course, I had Johnny Cash. I love Johnny Cash. I think I actually have 2 or 3 of those because he is the best. And then we have right here, oh, okay. Some of you guys might remember when I had a home studio 8, 9, 10 years ago, and I had a vinyl wall. So these are from that wall. And it was really cool because I thought I would never get them. I kind of was just like RIP because they were stuck to the wall, but my mom got them for me because moms are awesome. So this is Loretta Lynn. Phone alarm is going off across the room. We have Frank Sinatra, Tubby Checker. Oh my gosh. I wish I could dance. She and Him. One time I saw M. Ward in the airport and I did not say hi, and I wish I did. Reba McEntire, who I have not only gotten to meet, but sing with, and I love her so much. Melody Gardot, she's like a jazz artist. This is a modern day vinyl. I think I discovered her music in college. A Chipmunk Christmas. If you know why this is significant, I would just love it if you commented below. Because, it has Christmas Don't Be Late on here. So I would just love to know if anybody knows why I'm referencing that. Johnny Mathis. I gotta be honest, I did not know who Johnny Mathis was for a long time. I just love Johnny Cash, and I was like, well, his name is Johnny, So they look cool. Jackson 5 Christmas album, a Charlie Brown Christmas. Shout out to my friend Jaina. If there is a wild chance that she's watching this, she loves Charlie Brown. Literally has a dog named Snoopy. She and Him Christmas. I don't like She and Him at all. I don't know where you would get that from. So this is the insert from an Amy Grant record, which is because Amy Grant records belong on the wall. So they get taken out. Mary Poppins, one of my favorite movies, musicals, anything Mary Poppins related. There's dust on my hands. I love it so much. Kids Praise 3. The first time I showed my husband this in adulthood, I grew up on almost any Christian kid show, song, book, whatever. Ironically, songbook. I showed this to my husband who did not grow up on all of the things. And he just sat there looking at me and he was like, so you used to watch a grown-up person singing and dancing dressed as a blue book. And, you know, things are just kind of interesting when you look back as an adult and you think, oh, that is not weird, but it's weird. This is one of the best. Dolly. This is actually a Lion King songbook that has always been in this stack. Hina Granis. Guys, she is so phenomenal. One of the main reasons why I am a YouTuber to this day. Emily Sunday, the case was on the wall, so hopefully I'll find the case in here and I can put it back. I know a lot of people are really delicate about their things and about their vinyl and their records, and I am to an extent. This is not an excuse or anything like that. One, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff. Two, it's hard to prioritize all material things because there are many material things and we will lose our minds trying to prioritize the care and keeping of them all. Three, I have Tourette syndrome. So I have a relatively, a little bit of a lower care level of care about certain material things after I've already gotten to experience them because I will probably break it anyway. So there's always a slight chance that I could be having a bad day and something could break. And so I just, Sesame Street fever. I don't know who this is. It just says triplet. But if you look at the back, there's 6 people. Is it the triplets 2 times? I gotta be honest. I'm sorry to this man. These 3 ladies, I'm so sorry. I do not know who they are. Della Reese, of course I know who Della Reese is, but I've never seen this. Hold on. It looks like the Bill Gaither trio. Love them. I didn't buy this either. I think some vinyl, this might be some of my mom's stuff, maybe? I have no idea. This is mine. Reeves, duh. What is this? Who is this? This is this guy named John Newman. I don't want to be like, oh, I forgot about him, because, oh my gosh, when people DM me and they're like, I listened to you as a kid and I forgot about you. I'm like, it's fine. I'm not offended. I really am fine, I promise. That's the inside of Melody Gardot. We got Hymns by Johnny Cash. We have Johnny Cash, The Gospel Road. Guys, I'm gonna pull this whole stack down so I can stop. That's not a good look. So this is an evening with Bill Gaither trio that I did not buy. Porgy and Bess, I did not buy this. I need to text my mom. Does she have, maybe, where did all this vinyl come from? Julie Andrews. I've never even seen this before. I'm so happy. I need to talk to my mother. I don't know where this vinyl came from. The Music Man. I've never bought The Music Man. It couldn't be a birthday present. Fred Astaire. I don't even think I've ever even owned any Fred Astaire. Wow, this went from a memory lane video to, did I steal some? The Glorious Musicals. Singing in the Rain, and what's that, Easter Parade? I've never heard of Easter Parade. Is that the same as Forget About Your Parties? Harry James? I don't know who no Harry James is. Another She and Him. Oh, get him out of here. Tony Bennett, this is not mine. Tammy Wynette, this isn't mine, but I'm going to keep it. I need to have a discussion with my mother. I ain't never heard no John Gary. No offense. Miss Show Business. Oh, Judy Garland. Another Judy Garland. Mom, what? Another Judy Garland? Hold on. How about this one? MJ, You Are Not Alone. Classic song. So many. I definitely bought this. If you don't know that she is just one of the greatest of all time, Mahalia Jackson, one of the greatest vocalists of all time, just legendary gospel artist. I grew up on so much of her music. We would sing Mahalia Jackson. I mean, just hours. And that sounds weird, like, well, we're just sitting in the house singing for hours, but we would just have her vinyl and her tapes or her CDs just on all the time. And I'm so happy about that. I also feel that I should probably give a pre-apology to Robert Plant, because I know that he is a legend, but he don't know who I am. I bought this because Alison Krauss is on it. So, and I met her at the Grammys when I was nominated. I got to meet her at the pre-telecast, and she was so nice, like so nice. It was great. Children sing to the Lord for grades 1 to 6. You bet I was singing to the Lord. I still am. Music Machine. This is about, oh my gosh. Is this why I'm obsessed with the fruit of the spirit? Probably. This was $3. Good job, Mom. Oh, come on now. You can't focus. This was $3. Oh, look at the little price tag, the little orange thing. This was $3. Oh, it's trying to find my face. Free to Be You and Me. This had like Diana Ross and Harry Belafonte. Is that how you say it? It's so crazy when you're an adult, and then you like hear these like legendary voices like a Diana Ross, and then like, 'cause I just didn't grow up on a lot of mainstream music. We grew up on like 90% kids and Christian music, and then the other 10% was like smooth jazz instrumentals. So it's crazy. Like as I got older, I'm like, oh, Diana Ross, she sounds familiar. Oh, that Kids album that she did back in '83. It's just always so crazy. Like when you grow up and listen to those, and then these are more like compilation albums of like a bunch of different like kids songs. I bought these probably in late elementary, early middle school. Let It Be. I bought this one probably around like college, because I was like, if I'm gonna have classics, I'm gonna have classics. I gotta have some Beatles in here. What is this? Oh, this is John Rubin. This is Unwrapped. If you Google, you know, for a few minutes on the professional end, we worked with some of the same people. So sometimes I would get access to some of my favorite artists, like old Reliant KCDs or John Rubin vinyl. So that cool perk of the job. And I'm really glad I have that. I don't know how many albums you can have that say like the great Mahalia Jackson or the greatest of Mahalia Jackson, but I do think the answer would be somewhere around like a million. Every time, if it says the greatest Mahalia Jackson, buy it. The greatest of Mahalia Jackson, purchase. The greats of done deal. $5,000, I will look at it for a long time. Whatever. Johnny Cash. Some more Johnny Cash, House of Heroes, the same, mutual group. There was also a thing that I was working on. Hope they would never get offended by this, but I used it for a collage, and I'm proud of that. I'm really proud of that. Roseanne Cash. This is the Donna Summer case from the thing. Willie, Dolly, Johnny, Emily. This is it's one of my favorite records of all time. Never gonna give you up. I bought this around the time that I bought the Beatles. It was in my like, let me make sure I've got the legends phase, and so I'm glad I have that. This is a praise gathering for all believers. One of my favorite things about buying used vinyl, it says, for Betty and Bobby, register with love. 1577 from Doris Bowman. I don't think it says registered. The Sound of Music, one of the greatest musicals and one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. And there you have it, my collection of vinyl that started in the 90s and went all the way till I should have done the math before. To like 2011-ish. When I was doing the math, I was like to 2021. No, because that would have been, I was 21 in 2031. That's when I turned 30. I wish I was born in 2000. Like, as a matter of fact, comment below if you're born in 2000. I think it's the easiest year to just do math from and to figure out your age and all this stuff. I feel like it just would be so much easier. I would love to know if any of you guys have any random collections of things that you started when you were a kid, or if you just so happen to have a vinyl collection, or if you happen to be a vinyl fan. I just love vinyl so much, so I love talking about it, and I love admiring it, and of course, I love listening to it. So I'll probably be doing that today, listening to a bunch of old school stuff. Hey, thank you guys so much for 17 years on YouTube. It's been super cool to be able to do this since I was a kid. And it's just, yeah, I consider it a joy and a privilege for sure. So make sure you comment, subscribe, all those things. If you really like it, you can join my Patreon community. It's just a really special space where, if you're able to, you can contribute every month and help make music and videos like this one happen. But regardless of how you contribute, truly commenting and sharing and liking and subscribing, that's really big deal. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys later. Okay, bye.